on the couch tonight, a celebrity couple. Yes.
Who is it?
I know.
We wanted to make it
It Sparks flew backstage. It's incredible. And it was John and Emily. Not just a couple, I'm married. And now, are you like Brangelina or, you know, Benifer or
Well, we were
Jedward?
sort of... No, our name is Crunt, we've decided.
I see how you got there. I'm not sure why.
It was Bluntinsky.
Yeah.
It just seemed, you know, long-winded. So Crunt felt efficient and sort of...
Do you use Crunt a lot?
Every restaurant.
Is that your
table in the
booking?
back available for Crunt? Yeah.
We sometimes send out Christmas cards like, Christmas with the Crunts, come and have a drink.
That's gonna go wrong, really.
That's why I like it, just living on the edge.
You weren't cool at all. There was none of that. Actually, I don't know your work. You were a proper fan of it.
Oh, I was full stalker status, yeah. I was just like, hey, you want to go on a date with me?
No, tell people, how many... Is this true? How many times have you seen Devil Wears Prada?
I mean...
Not 75.
Give or take 72. Yeah. No, it's one of those things that back in the day, us elderly people used to channel surf. And no one does that anymore.
That?
But yeah, exactly. Like I said,
So
I'm ancient.
cruel.
No, it's just one of those movies that whenever you're going through the channels, you just stop and you... I mean, look.
Has anyone seen the film here? Probably. Do you know that there's... 4 people. There's a sort of montage sequence where Annie Hathaway's got numerous fabulous outfits that they go through. And John, one day I came home and he was watching it. And he was watching the montage bit and he goes, and that's my favourite outfit. With the beanie. It's cute.
Well, I couldn't get Annie, and so I was like, oh.
I heard you talking somewhere today how your height difference makes those stunts more complicated.
Thank you, Graham.
I didn't say it. Zendaya said it.
No, that is a good story.
It's a good story. Well, you see, there's a particular stunt. I don't know if it's in this, but there's a, you know, Spider-Man swings us on top of a bridge, and he places me there.
Oh, there you
and
are.
that's the bridge.
Yeah.
That's the bridge.
We eventually jump off of that.
You
I
look
was
great.
screaming. Yeah. So he's supposed to gently, you know, rest MJ on the bridge and walk away from her. Because of our height difference, I obviously, if we're on the same like point,
'cause we were attached, weren't
we
we?
were attached. I would land before him because my feet obviously hit the ground before he does. So, what would happen?
Well, it's called a bottom mark, isn't it? And the bottom mark is to basically, it's a thing that they do in stunts that is basically designed to stop you shattering your kneecaps.
Oh, yeah.
So Zendaya would land, and I'm the superhero. I'm supposed to look cool. And she would land, and then I would sort of land like this, and my feet would swing from underneath me, and then she would catch me. And they'd be like, cut! I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that.
But you were actually very, very lovely about it. You were like, oh my gosh, thank you.
It's so nice to be caught for a change.
Robert Downey Jr., we should celebrate this film because yourself and your wife, Susan, Team Downey.
Yes.
Is this your 9th film?
Correct.
That's an extraordinary achievement.
Oh, yeah.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. And what the working together is that... Because I always think, is everyone else relaxed with a husband and wife working together? Or...
Yeah. I mean, I suppose it depends. We met in Montreal, sexy town, doing a movie, and then we're just working together kind of ever since. And we like, you know, it's conflict resolution. So we'll have like, we'll get our yayas out on set. You know, she'd be like, oh God, take the gum out of your mouth. Be a professional. And I'd be like, play that back for me again. Let's see. Oh my God, I nailed it. Why are we shooting it again? She'd be like, because sometimes you do more than one take. And so I think we're entertaining. We like, if we're gonna have little spats, we'll have them on set, because then we like going home happy, getting along.
That's,
you know, and then a little
idea.
nookie, and you gotta do it again.
Yeah. Because Emma and you were the power couple of comedy in the early 80s. It is true, Cambridge Footlights.
Listen to the man. Listen to the man.
No, you were the president.
Research.
You were the president of the Footlights at Cambridge.
Yeah.
And which was it? You were
Vice president.
Vice president.
She was my vice.
Couldn't give her up.
I saw Hugh come in. First time we met, we were 19. It's so weird being 60 now and on this sofa.
We've seen each other in between.
We have, obviously, yeah. Fair bit. But I remember, never forget you coming into the Footlights club room. There was a little sort of smoky club room where they did things called smokers, where people smoked and tried to see someone trying to be funny at the end of it. But you couldn't because there was too much smoke. Anyway, Hugh walked in khaki, entirely in khaki. Do you recall that outfit? And you strode about that, and then you had to do an audition. You had to pretend to be the Emperor of China, trying to getting someone to bring him a cup of tea. And you sat in your khaki on a chair like this and just did this. You did the Emperor of China, unable to ask his staff for a cup of tea, and I turned to my friend and said, he's a star.
Sounds... yeah, sounds pretty groundbreaking.
So you were on Broadway, but with your husband.
Yeah.
And actually, I should say, Daniel Craig's going to be sat right there next week.
We're just keeping it warm for him.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'm not sure I can forgive you, actually, Rachel, because you have come between me and Daniel.
Oh, no.
I've never met Daniel, but I decided he would be my husband, and then he decided on you. So I'm going to forgive you for that, but I've got some bitterness.
Do you know what you can buy? I've actually got one of those like screen visor things that you put up at the top that say Mrs. Daniel Craig. You know those things you put, so you can buy them and you can... I've got one.
No, wait a minute. You drive a car that says Mrs. Daniel Craig.
I don't put to keep it up all the time, but just now and again you know those sort of see-through...
Yeah.
What's the technical word?
I've got a good idea. You have the screen visor and I'll have Daniel.
You have a lovely way of using social media as a tribute to your partner, Jane.
Yeah. I just,
I like your in the bar faces that you do.
I do in the bar faces, but then I also get pictures where if we're out or something, I sort of like lag behind and get Jane by herself with no one on, and I take a picture of her and I tweet Jane with all her friends.
Yeah. So
this is always a
imagine. So I don't know how funny Jane finds these, but they are funny.
Fine.
So here's one you tweeted of Jane. Jane thought she'd made a new friend, but it was just a shadow. Which is the next one. Oh, this is exactly what you're describing. Jane thinking about making new friends.
I went, Jane, look at those crows.
But does she not know you're doing it? Does she not think, where is he? Where is he?
She sees the tweet.
This one is... Jane is looking so happy because her new friend hasn't walked away yet. And then, like...
Does she ever, when she's posing for one of these pictures, does she go, is this one of those pictures where you're going to make me look like I have no friends?
No. I'm so convincing.
But also, there had to be a few words at home after you posted this one. Just found this photo of Jane when she was little. There had to be a gift. You must have given her a gift after that.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's what being in a relationship for 30 years does.
Lovely to have you both together on the show. You've been together 50 years, married 40 years, but because of these odd times, is this the longest you've ever actually spent together?
We've spent this much time together a long time ago, but once he became famous, no.
How's it going?
Actually, pretty well. It's going very well. We've adjusted to the new norm.
But then, oddly, all these years, you've only made one film together. And that was quite recent. That was 2004, I think.
Two.
Two?
Two.
Oh, OK.
Losing Isaiah and Freedom Land.
OK. Was it Freedom Land, Latanya, that you didn't enjoy as much?
Well, you know, he had become quite the person by then. And so it was his camp versus where I was. So it wasn't as pleasant because he was treated significantly better than the blue-collar worker. And they didn't cross. They didn't cross each other. And I thought that I could have some input, as I normally do, into what was occurring on that set. And then I was told, what is your number on the call sheet? So I was like, what do you mean? I'm number 9. He said, right, I'm number 1. So. Zip it, Cookie.
They're still together. They're still together. It's all good. It's all good. I said earlier you've been married for 40 years, but oddly, I think I'm right in saying you never proposed, Samuel.
Did I?
Mix up things. I want to hear this story. Go. You never proposed?
I don't remember. Well, I don't remember it actually. I do remember you having some invitations in your hand and saying, this is when this is happening.
No, that's not what happened. No, I said my grandfather is very ill and he's going to die and he's very concerned that we are not married. So we have to get married now so that he can walk me down the aisle. That was his concern, that I was the last of his grandchildren not to be walked down the aisle in marriage. So we have to get married. So now you have to ask him if you may marry me, and then you have to ask me, will I marry you? And you did.
I did?
Yes, you did. Okay, you know what? It doesn't matter.
But the wedding itself.
It was amazingly
That was the
romantic.
story.
It was all romantic. I got down on one knee and did the whole thing.
No, it was semantical, but you know, we did
I didn't
do
say
it.
semantical, I said romantic.
You'll get through this. You'll get through this. You'll get through this.
Thank you so much, Grandma. I needed that issue to deal with later on today.
Is it true that one of the things that attracted you to Ozzy was that he doesn't lie?
No, he doesn't. He can't lie. And it's like we'd be at business meetings and I would, you know...
Lie.
Lie. And well, I just embellish things, make them sound better than they actually are. And he'd be, why are you saying that? And then I'd be kicking him under the table. Stop kicking me under the table! And I've got my heel in his foot. What's the matter with you? And I'm like, oh, for...
But you've lied to him, haven't you?
Oh, loads. God, yes.
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 Yeah. What was the thing about you rode a motorbike?
Oh, God, that was when we were first together and I wanted to be kind of, like, hip and happening and I told him that I had a Harley Davidson and, like, I would ride it on a Sunday down to Malibu, you know?
Mind you, we're good at that with them dogs in Patagonia with Jack.
Oh, shit.
What?
When we went to Patagonia with Jack just a couple of months ago, I thought she was going to be wrapped around in the tree with these dog sleds. She went straight, carried on, and she's doing it all her life.
I'll translate.
God, do have an effect.
I do know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, because you were in Adrenaline Junkies with Jack and you went to Patagonia.
So you understand me, you understand.
What's the matter with you? Oh, God. When I, introduced the couch, I said, do you all know each other? But now, Jamie, you and I, bit gooseberry, because this is, I think, the first time we've ever had this, that you guys, you dated at one point.
Yeah. Helen and I?
Yes.
Oh, yes, darling.
Yes. We didn't date, we lived together.
We lived together,
wow.
Yeah.
4 years.
We were a serious item for a while, yeah.
But I remember Kieran Hines and myself, we did this film Excalibur together.
Yeah.
1980.
Our first movie for all of us, really,
That was
wasn't
it, really.
We were so green and ignorant about filmmaking.
But I remember being out of the set, this was Ardmore Studios.
Oh, yeah.
Dublin. And Helen had a break. She was filming, but she was in costume. And we were there just visiting. We hadn't started work yet. And the first AD or the second AD said, would you like to meet Helen Mirren? And I said, yeah, I'd love to. So she walked from like 100 yards away, dressed as Morgana Le Fay. And Kieran's my oldest friend, and we both went, fuck. So I was smitten. I think Kieran was smitten too. I was certainly smitten.
I never knew that. You've never told me that before. That's amazing.
Oh.
You've never told me that before.
Yeah, very good.